brake and throttle. Very good. So the character of the car depends upon our driving mode, and what we're going to do, we're going to start you off in the comfort, and then we're going to scroll you through the various different modes as we make our way through the session. But the throttle response and gear change is quite friendly, quite easy to manage at the moment. You're not going to use the paddles, it's just all automatic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then as we see around the other side of this cursor, there's various different options we can work through as well.
Yeah.
But just on the right here, you have your transmission, and with your foot on the brake, you can pull that lever down into drive with your foot on the brake. And if you're ever in any doubt, it lets you know which gear you're in just here. Okay, and we'll start to carefully make our way around the corner to the right here. I thought we'd make a bit of a day of it.
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we're going round to the left here. This is our access road, so we're just going to follow it all the way up towards the top of the site and go and find our way onto our little handling circuit where we can get involved in some of the basics. Alright? So just 30 miles an hour as you are on the access road here, and follow your nose all the way up towards the top of the site. And go and get involved on a little handling circuit to start with. So what's the fastest car you've driven, do you think?
Don't know. Probably this one so far.
Okay. So tucked up on the left-hand side here, we've got our south track. It's a little city course, and we can, I guess, just treat it like a stretch of road that we've not been down before, and in time we can start to help you out with some positioning and what to do with the pedals and so on. So it's a left turn, and there's a filter lane round to the left, and here we are onto the circuit. It's a right turn leading away from us to start with, and as you are. Okay, so yeah, we'll just take a couple of laps just to work out where we're going, and then from there we can start to help you out. So any particular highlights over at the museum?
Just loads of planes, really.
Okay.
As I said earlier, that's what I'm sort of into. Anything that's loud makes a big noise.
Fair dude. There you go. So coming up, got a left-hander. We're going to go through this little chicane and carry on with our second lap.
Yep.
So on the way round, there are a few little orange cones laid out.
Yep.
Alright? Any ideas why they might be where they are on the track?
No.
Okay. So these orange cones are all laid out, and they let you know when to turn into the corner.
Ah.
Okay? So you're looking to brake before the corner, and then turn in from the cone to the inside of the bend, and then use all the space out towards the next orange cone. So if you stay on this side of the circuit, you then turn towards the inside of the corner, and then use all the space out towards the left-hand side. So that's the straightest, smoothest, safest line through the bend.
Yep.
So if you stay with the cone, and then turn towards the inside of the corner, you then use all the space to the right. Because less steering lock means better balance and more grip.
Yep.
So from here, you're then turning to the inside of the corner, out towards your next orange cone. If you get your head up, you can start to see where it is. And then we use the brakes before the corner to better balance the car mid-bend, and then we can use power on the exit. Keep going with the power right up until the point you need to brake. So it's brakes on, lift off, white line here, white line there. So look how little you've done with the steering through there.
Yeah.
and now power on the straight on the way down. So keep going as you are.
Straight down.
No. It's round to the right, remember?
Yep.
And then onto the power on the exit of the corner. And away you go. Stay with the power as you are, keep going. Brakes before the bend, lift off, turn in, and now back on the power through the exit. Brakes again, lift off, turn in, patience mid-corner, and then power. Because if you try and get on the power in the middle of the bend,
You're skid.
then you're going to push the front end or you might lose the rear end. So now you can see your exit, you can really pick up the throttle and start to push through, make some progress. Little touch on the brake, turn in, back on the power through the exit, out towards your orange cone, brakes before the corner, turn in, and now we can start to get on the power once again. Now change the gearbox slightly so it's a little bit more responsive, and we can switch to the inside and do one more lap over this white line. Now we can start to make some progress, and away you go. The car starts to feel its power.
Yeah, I can feel that now.
And on you go again. Brakes before the corner, lift off, turn in, now back on the power. So did you pass your test first time when you were learning?
No.
How many times did it take?
About 8 of the theory and practical, because I had to redo.
Oh wow. Well, you got there, determination.
Yeah, it's because I don't like being tested.
Oh,
I would
okay.
end up doing one silly thing that would fail me.
Oh dear.
And then it didn't help that my brother passed first time, and
Okay.
he's 4 years younger than me.
Oh dear.
So,
Have you got any points?
No.
No, you're a clean
Well,
license.
at
There
least
you
I
go.
hope so. I haven't really checked.
Let's head off through the exit here. We'll go and try something new, okay?
That's because I don't like being tested.
Right, yeah.
So I ended
With it.
up doing something stupid just to fail the test.
Let's make a right turn. So yeah, remember just to keep that left foot well out the way today. And
Yeah.
you're just using your right foot to accelerate and brake. Just 30 miles an hour down the access road. We're going to spend a little bit of time in here and start to open up the car a little bit more. So it's through the blue cones on the left hand side. And we'll line up accordingly. Looking for lane number 3. That's where you want to be. So there you are, furthest of the 3 lanes, and we'll just drop in here for now. Okay. So this is an opportunity to see how the car goes and how it stops. You can pick up the power and go as quick as you like,
Yep.
and then when I let you know, it's an emergency stop,
Yep.
and you must bring the car to a stop.
Yep.
Away you go. And brakes, hard as you like. Fantastic. There you go. Stops quite quick, eh? I think it's the brakes which really impress people. But as you can see, the hazards came on towards the end of that process to warn drivers behind us that we're stopping quickly. Here you are. If you follow the arrow and you're carefully around the blue cones, just nice and easy back down the access road, and we can reload it and go again. So nice and easy. And we're going to give this 2 or 3 goes, the acceleration and braking, just so we can become comfortable with the car and what it's got in terms of ultimate performance, and also get some heat into the brakes and tyres. Just back through here on the left. Okay, you're looking for the lane number 3.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Track section today.
All set?
Yep.
Let's go. And brakes. Fantastic. Always a bit easier second time round, you know, because
Yep.
you've got a bit of an idea of what's coming up. But the anti-lock brakes are working. Emergency brake assist. That's your feedback in the brake pedal. You can sense as it comes back to you. And you've also got a system which loads up some braking to the rear. That reduces the dive in the car.
Yeah.
So there's not so much movement forward. I'll give it one more go. I'll put the old sports button for the exhaust on as well. So it starts to sound a little bit more serious.
It's one thing I miss about my brother's car. He used to have a sporty C1, Citroen C1, but unfortunately one of the services he had to have the exhaust changed, and they didn't put on a sport exhaust
Oh, okay.
because they don't make them anymore apparently.
Oh, I see. We can always get like a performance one from a reputable company.
He doesn't have the C1 anymore.
Brakes on. Good job. And that noise you can hear, people always associate it with a problem with the car. But it's actually the brake pads going like this, off the discs. It's called ABS.
Yeah.
If the brake pad's locked onto the disc, the wheel would lock and we'd slide. So, just that lock, unlock, lock, unlock, that's helping to slow us down. Okay, let's reload it in the same area, and we're going to look at our slalom and look at some technique with your hands, which will help you. So can you see the yellow discs?
Yep.
They represent our slalom. We're going to go in and out of those. So you're looking for lane number 3 again. Alright, now you'll notice the thumb recess at 2:45. Here and here.
Yeah.
Pop your thumbs in there. Now, whilst you're at a standstill, steer left and right for me as much as you can. That's it, and then back. Okay. Now, have you got enough room with your knees? Do you think we should go back a little bit, free up a bit of...
Yeah.
What we can do, if you go back a little bit, that's it. Now we can bring up the backrest a little bit. There you go, that's fine. And again, try it. That's it. Left and right.
Yeah.
Okay. And is your left foot right down in the footwell? That's it. There you go. You've got much more freedom with your hands now. There's a little dead space.
Yeah.
You can keep your left foot. Now, the idea behind this is that you're never out of touch control of the car. So you can afford to be smooth and then positive when necessary. So now your shoulders, your arms and your hips are all starting to play a role. And you can, be a little bit more in touch. So it's a left turn in between the first and second disc. So stay here, because otherwise you go through the orange cones. Then get your right arm over. That's it. And always give yourself a little bit more room than you think you need to. As you feel a bit more comfortable, you can start to speed up a little bit, start to work the car a little bit harder. Keep your hands in the same place. That's it. There you go. Good job. Now you can just go back to normal for this section because obviously it's quite tight. You see?
Yeah.
How did it feel? Okay? Bit strange?
Yeah.
Things that you always tend to, But just quite nice rhythm, Let's go over it a couple more times because if we can start to adopt this now, it'll help us on the track a bit later, you see? Lane number 3. Okay, and we'll just carry on as you are then. So look at the gap that you want to aim the car into. Yeah, that's it. Try and keep your hands in the same place and give yourself more steering than you feel necessary, because then you work the front end a bit harder, you see. So right arm over, get your left arm right over, that's it, that's more like it. And can you see you're speeding up?
Yeah.
Because you're working the front end of the car a little bit more. And you're using more of the tyre to help you out, you see? Let's give it one more try.
Yeah.
So instead of little movements, you're not really moving the weight or working the tyre. If you're bigger movements, then start to work the tyre harder, you get better grip, and you start to learn a little bit more about the car, you see? Stay nice and wide. That's it. Don't start too quick. Don't start too quick. Just get your rhythm going. That's it. And just keep the balance within the car. Fantastic. Really good. Oh, you missed the last one. Just a bit too quick at the end there. Because when you're on the power, the weight moves to the back of the car. So then you lose the contact patch at the front. That was all right. Now we have another circuit that we can get involved with. It's behind this next bus stop on the right. So around that track, in there, you can keep your hands in the same place the whole way round. And after 3 or 4 laps, I think it'll really help you. All right. Great, there you go, just in here. And there's a filter lane to the left. Have a quick look to the right, make sure you're clear. And on you go. So it's going to feel really strange, I know, but just try and keep your hands in the same place the whole way around. And if it's really uncomfortable, you let me know, but hopefully it will help.
Yeah.
Right. So brakes before the corner, always, yeah? Not in the corner, all right? So stay out with your reference point, same steering lock the whole way through the corner, and now you can really start to pick up the power because you're building up into the straight. Staying on the left-hand side. Now the braking point for the right-hander at the end here is 2 or 3 meters after the cones. Looking to use the brakes, lift off, turn in, and then you can get back on the power through the exit of the corner. But it's the same principle as the little track. Always brake before the corner. That gives you an option in terms of what you want to do. And then you can sort of pick it up gently as you work your way around. How's the driving position feel?
Good.
Is that okay? And away you go. Great. Trying to stay on the white line, that's it. Keep the speed up if you can. Try and keep the speed the same without slowing down too much. Now on the power, using all the space to the right. So use that space there. Less steering lock, better balance, more grip. And then brakes before the corner. And we can start to pick up the power all the way through the exit. So stay with your cone. And then you can use the same steering lock the whole way through. That's it, power, go on, power, power, power. Go on, be brave, it's fine. And you've got to use the brakes before the corner, okay? Try not to use the brakes in the corner. So the whole reason why we spent time in the dynamic area is you can brake and be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah? So if you know the capabilities of the brakes, you'll be much more comfortable using the power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yep.
And you can just start to build up and enjoy yourself if you like. So it's always brakes and then patience, power. So turn in. Now you can get in the power using all the space to the right. On the power with confidence. Keep going. Brakes before the corner. That's better. And keep the speed the same if you can. Keep it on the boil. That's it. Perfect. No problems. Get back to the inside. Try and stay here. That's it. Now you can hit the power on the exit. Keep going. Switch back to the inside. Back on the power. Away you go. Make the most of the little straight. Go, 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 go. Brakes before the corner. Try and stay wide on the right. Switch back to the inside, keep it on the boil, try not to lose too much speed. Now you can get on the power, use all the space to the right again. Power, 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 power. Brakes, positive, be positive. That's it, well done. Patience in the middle of the bend. And now you can get on the power using all the space to the left. And just progressive power the whole way through here. Stay on the left hand side, big brakes. Now you can lift off the brakes and now you can spend more time on the power, you see? Because you used all your brakes before the corner. We'll do a couple more, yeah? So don't forget your brakes before the bend.
Yep.
That's the important thing. Because otherwise you just sort of end up turning in and hoping for the best. Spend some time on the wet stuff, alright? So we're going to come up towards the exit and we're going to find our wet straight. Okay. So it's a left turn here, and then we're going to make a right turn through the gap in the blue cones. Bend it round to the right, and we're just going to pop it into the box with the blue cones. Track control, wet straight please. Alright, so in front of us we have a wet straight and it's been painted, and there'll be lots of water sitting on top of that surface to create a similar situation to black ice. Alright?
Yep.
We're just going to head down at 30 miles an hour. We're going to get onto the wet straight and then hit the brakes in a straight line at the blue cones. Alright? Thanks, DC. On you go then. So 30 miles an hour, you've got a digital readout for your speed. And big brakes, hard as you like. Really try and get the car stopped. Wonderful, and we'll stop just there for a minute. So the noise you can hear, that's the anti-lock brakes.
Yeah.
Again, that's that metallic noise of the brake pads working off the discs. You also have another system loading up braking to the rear. But yeah, again, not a lot of drama. Your limiting factor is your tyre. On a winter tyre, the cars slow down a lot quicker. Now what I'm going to do is remove the ESP. Can you see the car with the skid marks? That gives it away a little bit. Now you've got sensors on the wheels, the pedals, and the steering arm.
Yeah, I have that on my car back when it snowed.
Oh, okay, yeah. So did you see a little light come up?
Yeah.
And it was restricting the power?
I didn't feel that. I think it was just the light. I'm not sure. It might have just been the light warning me.
Oh, okay. So normally you have systems which restrict the power and apply the brakes automatically, depending on the slip of the wheel. Now, this is an all-wheel drive car, so power supplied to all four wheels. Hit the power quite hard, go for it. And we'll stop the car just there. So, lots of drama, lots of wheel spin, yeah? And the car starts to move on you. Now, with the system on, this is the default setting day to day. If you hold the wheel straight, 2 hands on the wheel, please. Power again, go for it. Can you see it's tempering the amount of power being supplied?
Yeah.
Let's head out towards the exit and we'll come back to the wet straight. So there's a right turn back up the access road. And we'll come back to the wet straight. So hugely important, that system. If you're going to put 360 horsepower in a car, then you need some kind of electronic control measure which starts to help people out when they get loose. Snow and ice or rain or whatever. Go back through the blue cones. Alright. Okay.
Same again?
No. So this time, we're going to do something slightly different. If we draw a line down the middle of the wet straight, that means we've got a right lane and a left lane. So we're effectively creating 2 lanes on the wet straight. If we start on the right lane, favouring the jets on the right, we're going to brake and turn towards the jets on the left. You happy with that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So same speed, but we're going to turn whilst we brake. So just 30 miles an hour again as you are, making your way down nice and carefully. Okay, brakes on, left turn. There you go. And you see the car has followed your inputs there. And normally, braking whilst turning is not normally something people are totally comfortable with. But actually what happens is, the car applies braking here to recover any potential movement. Like this. And then when you steer back to the right, it applies brakes here. Really clever stuff. Hit the power again, try to get away quickly. 2 hands on the wheel. Okay. And what we'll do, we'll head over towards the wet circle, okay?
So straight across.
Yeah, just wait by the white and red barrier for me though for a moment, because we're going to have a quick chat about the surfaces involved. Alright? Cool. That's it, and just try and keep your left foot well out the way.
Yeah.
I still see you going for it.
Yes.
Now then, you've got 3 lanes on here. You've got an inside, a middle, and an outside lane. Can you see the outside lane's really dry?
Yes.
That's standard asphalt, okay? And then the middle lane is painted, just like the wet straight. And then the inside lane is standard asphalt again. So you have 2 lanes of standard asphalt surrounding the middle lane, which is really slippery. Obviously there to try to help you out if you do slide away or anything. Now, speed is your enemy on here, because obviously, as you can sense from the wet straight, it can get quite slippery, quite out quite easily. But so we'll have a couple of laps with the ESP on. We're going to try and set up a slide, all right, on purpose. But again, if your speeds are low, then you generally have a bit more time to sort it out. All right, give it a try. So you want to be about 15 miles an hour. That's your target speed before you attempt to lose traction or lean on the ESP. So just try and find your middle lane in between the white lines. There you go, sort of the jets start here, and there you go, that's perfect. So yeah, just getting a little bit of a sense for the surface first of all, I think. Okay, just spreading a little bit of water around as well, that's good. So try and slow things down to about 15 miles an hour. You can see a digital readout for your speed. That's a really good setup speed. Now hit the power quite hard, go for it. Okay, and slow the car down, regain the composure. There you go, hit the power again, go for it. You can hear that little vibration as the brakes work and the power's taken away. That's it, get your 15 mile an hour set up speed again. Power, hit it. And lift off the power and steer. Lift off the power and steer. Has he got it back? Fantastic, look at that. You didn't give up. You steered into it and we're facing the right way. That's wicked, well done. Power again, hit it. And lift off the power and steer. Oh, wonderful. So you're working alongside the ESP system now and we're facing the right way. This is really encouraging. But it's a driver aid, it's not a solution.
Yeah.
Sometimes in this situation with the grip available, if the back end wants to start to come round, there's not a lot you can do, you know. But if you keep your speed sensible, okay. All right, just keep the speed down to about 15 miles an hour again. Hit the power. There you go. Can you see you've actually got some control of the front end of the car?
Yeah.
Rather than the car just firing itself off to the outside lane. Now, ESP Sport just peels a layer of that ESP away. It's as if it's been down the pub and had a couple of beers. So if you hit the power now, lift off the power, there you go. So that's a bit different, eh?
Yeah.
So there's a lot more freedom in that right foot, and the car's a lot more willing to load up the revs. So we just have to be that little bit careful with what we're doing. So if you slow the car down again a little bit for me, I'm just going to get to 15 on the readout, get down to 15 miles an hour. Now, when you hit the power, in which direction is the back end going to go?
That way.
And which way do you need, yes, that's right, which way do you need to steer?
Into the skid.
Yes, that way. So what we're going to try to do now is apply enough power to lose traction, but not so much that we spin. So it's quite a short, sharp input into the power, and then we lift off and steer into it. Okay? So if you lift off the power, you kill the momentum, or you hope to, and then you steer into the slide. So a bit of power, hit it, lift off, and steer. Steer, 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 more. There you go. Okay. There you have it. So you're almost at full freedom of the throttle. You set up the slide, but you've also caught it. Great work. Power, hit it again. And lift off and steer back to the right. One more tip for you, and I know there's a lot of information going on, but if you keep your eye about 10 metres in front of you on that white line, here, your hands will always follow your line of vision. So that's a really good reference point for wanting to aim the car, you know? So power again, hit it, lift off and steer. Just a little bit too much power. But it happens, you know? Just carry on, it's all good. Have a look at your speed. Always keep it at 15 or below, and then you've got so much more time. Hit the power, lift off and steer. Big steer, big steer. Too much gas. But a lovely 180. Look at that. Oh, and I think we stood.
Oh.
So if you switch it off and back on again. And then with your foot on the brake, if you pull the lever down into drive on the right hand side. That's it. You just go around to the left. Good job. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not easy with so little grip and so much power.
But it's fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Definitely fun.
There's no consequence to it. You just sort of spin it and get on with it, you know. Now the ESP's back on. Okay, I'm going to turn the system completely off. Hit the power. Go for it. So there you go. Something a little bit different, eh? So with all that power loading up, it's so difficult to try and be sensitive because it's naught to everything in such a short amount of time. Track control, wet circle, please. Now, you're hitting the power just fine. Just try not to hold into the revs for too long, and you might be able to catch the slide. All right? Hit the power, lift off, and steer. Too much. 360 is good though. Thank you. Pretty far out here. So try and keep your speed low. Go down to about 10 miles an hour. Let's really slow it down and see if we can catch the slide. Hit the power. Lift off and steer. Yeah, look at that. Has he got it? Yeah, right on the lock stops. So you had no more steering lock available. You're doing everything to straighten it up, and it managed to come back to you. So slow it down again. Try not to speed up. Get down to about 10 miles an hour. Now hit the power. Lift off and steer. Oh, so unlucky. Just a little bit too much. Now, ESP back on. This is how the car reacts day to day. Get back into your middle lane. Again, try and keep it nice and slow, please. Now hit the power. Not a lot going on, is it? So it's amazing. Once you spend some time with it removed, you really get a sense for how much it works for you with the system on, you know? Okay, let's come out towards the exit. We'll go back up to the little circuit and get some heat back in the car. It's just over by the LG Manor. That's where we came on.
Yeah, so we're coming off here.
Yeah, and just come off to the left here. And we're going to go right the way back up to that little circuit again. Okay. You enjoy that? Cool. Great. So again, back onto the little track, up on the left here, and we're just going to get a rhythm going for 4 or 5 laps. Just get some heat into the tyres and the brakes again. All right. Bit of power on the straight, away you go. And it's the same format. You brake before the corner, you're patient in the middle, and then power on the exit. So brakes before the corner, remember, be nice and positive. Because of course, when you brake, you move weight to the front of the car. And if you move weight to the front, you get better contact patch, because the weight squashes the tyre. You understand? Then you get a better turning.
Rachel,
So from here, towards your next orange cone. So back out towards the cone on the right. White line just here. White line here. And now let's make some progress. Away you go. Brakes on. Lift off, turn in. That's it. Keep the speed the same. Now power. You okay?
Yep.
You sure? Okay, you feeling okay?
Yep.
Do you get motion sickness at all? Or?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Well, you just let me know if you're not quite feeling it, alright? You're doing great. So a bit of power on, brakes on, white line, and then back on the power. There you go.
Track section to next.
That's it. Then back on the power on the exit. Brakes on, white line here, white line here. Now back on the power. Brakes on, patience, and now back on the power. Brakes again, lift, turn, wait, now power. Okay, nice one. Should we finish up? We're going to do some acceleration and braking again.
Section to 69 next.
Yep.
Tango Mango receiving, if that's who you're after. Okay, thank you. We're making a left turn through the blue cones. We're looking for lane number 3. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go. And brakes on. Good job. You like that one, eh?
Yeah.
That's quality. We'll go around. We'll give it one more go. Around to the left through here.
Yeah, Nathan, just to let you know. So I have.
Looking for lane number 3. All right. Let's go. Brakes.
Yeah, take a 39. Just to let you know, you're going to have an AMG half-hour experience at 4:30.
Let's get around the corner just here. So you'll notice the throttle response is a little bit sharp at the moment.
Yep.
And just carefully make your way back down. Okay, so just behind the next bus stop. Do you want to do a few more laps of the track?
Yeah.
Happy with that? Enjoyed the straight out the back, yeah?
Yes.
Sweet. Doing really well, first time with an auto. How do you feel about autos now?
Not too bad.
It's much easier in traffic. You don't have to
Yeah,
give your
it's-
left leg a workout as much, you know. Okay. On you go. Now, did you feel comfortable with the driving position, 2:45, or no? You can say no. It's fine.
I'm not really sure about it.
It's okay.
But that's obviously what I got taught.
But, you probably learned something slightly different learning to drive. This is more of a track technique, but I want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. So just go with what you're comfortable with. Yeah? Smooth off the brakes. Now onto the power. Away you go. So brakes before the corner. So switch back to the inside. Now we can get on the power. Switch back. Now on the power. Away you go. So brakes before the corner. It's hard, I know. If it was easy, we'd all with you in Formula 1, but it's the same routine. And because the track never changes, hopefully you can just build up a little bit of a rhythm, you know? So it's always turning in the same place, aiming for the same reference point, same steering lock the whole way through the corner. Don't give yourself too much work to do, and then you pop out on the left. So brakes before the corner, lift off, turn in, and now back on the power. Brakes before the corner. Really hangs on in the bend, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're in any doubt, always use a bit of braking before the bend. Try not to accelerate in the bends. Accelerate out the bends, not in the bend. Yeah? So you brake before the corner, you turn in, you wait in the bend, you keep the speed the same, and then you pounce on the exit. You can use the same steering lock the whole way through here. That's good on the brakes. Back on the power. What do you think of the power?
Nice.
Goes well, doesn't it? Again, just like the G-Wagon, I guess your car might feel a bit different after this, eh?
Probably will.
Yeah. Don't forget your brakes before the corner. Yeah? Okay. Should we do one more lap?
Yeah.
Feeling okay?
Of course.
Nice. Down to the wet circle for the last bit, or is there anything in particular that you'd like to go over again?
I know, wet circle again.
Yeah, happy? A couple of spins if you want. Make a right turn just there. Just behind the bus stop on the right there. That's it. And you can go straight onto the circle. TC, hi, me again. Can you get the circle on, please? So again, just try and keep your speed down to about 15. Because otherwise there's not a lot that you can do when you sort of lose traction at 20. So if you go down to 15 miles an hour or so. So I'll just get this up. Now you can hit the power. That's it, well done. Excellent reactions. But it's not only steering into it, it's knowing when the back end straightens to steer back again, you know?
Yeah.
Power again. That was good. Facing the right way. Power again. Just run out of the road a little bit there. Go over towards the inside a bit more. And remember, please just try and keep an eye on your speed. 15 miles an hour, because then you'll learn better. If you're always at different speeds, you never quite know how much power to apply. Now you can hit the power. And you're preempting the movement a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait for the back end of the car to move, and then you can hit the steering. Power again, hit it. That's it, keep it nice and slow. Remember, try and keep it down to about 15. Now hit the power. Lift off and steer. There you go. Try and keep your eye on the white line on the inside. If you aim towards the white line with your vision, your hands will follow. Power again, give it a try. Big steer, big steer. You can have a go this way around if you want. But obviously, a bit different. You'll have to steer to the right.
Yep.
Yeah? So have a look at your speed. Big steer, big steer. Oh, you just got your front end stuck. Okay, we're going to have to go into reverse. It's click up. Then you just go straight back. That's it. So big lock to the left. And then back down into drive. That's it, just try and keep your left foot well out the way. You don't need your left foot. Yeah? That's it, just use your right foot. Alright. So about 15 miles an hour. Hit the power. And steer, 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 steer. That's it, then back to the left. Super. There you go. Wicked. Come a bit further out this way. Steer, power. And lift off and steer. Beautiful 180. You can carry on this way if you want for a bit. Power on. Yeah. Spin, spin, spin. Too quick at the moment. Movement in the car is too quick for you to control. So just try and keep your speed low. Let's have one last go with the ESP off. On you go, hit it. Now ESP on, hit the power. Slow it down a little bit for me. Remember, get back to your 15. Power again, hit it. And just keep it nice and balanced. Slow it down a little bit. Hit the power. Okay. Cool. Let's head out towards the exit. The time goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go, out towards the LG banner just here. Did you have fun?
Yep.
Let's go through here. And then we can make a right turn on the access road. To the front of the building. Okay. And if you just start to go nose in to the first spot by the roller shutter doors, that's perfect. Alright, great. And we'll just leave the engine running for the time being, okay?
Yep.
Alright, nice one.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed your day today.
Oh, I have.
And You've got to come back and see us when